Hello everyone. In this tutorial we're going to cover uh, what merge conflicts are, how they arise, and how do we resolve them. So merge conflicts arise when uh, two people are working on a change that affect the same set of files, and then they try to uh, promote those files or merge those files to a common branch. In this case, if they're trying to move from the dev environment to test, they would have to merge to the test branch, and that would create a merge conflict. So in our previous example, we worked on this branch, the incident 0002 update background color branch, where we updated the web page design, and we successfully merged that branch into test. What I've done is I've created another branch called request 0003 change author, and I've made changes to two files that I'm gonna now try to merge into my test branch also, and this should create a merge conflict. So first thing is you always check out the branch that you want to merge to. So we want to merge to test. In this case it's already checked out. Then we want to merge the request 003 branch into our test branch. So we select that and we say OK, and it says now you have a merge conflict. Git will give you an error and it'll also tell you what files are conflicting. So in this case we have two files that were modified and one of them has a conflict, and Git will point to where the conflict is. It'll insert this information. So our head, which is what we're trying to merge to, so our test branch looks like this. The color is purple, background is this. So this is essentially the lines and what they look like. And our branch that we're trying to merge from, which is our request 03 branch, has these values which are different, and Git cannot determine which values to use, and it wants us to make that decision. So there are multiple ways in which you can resolve conflicts. You can use tools. In my case I'm going to show you two methods. One, using without any tools. So you can just open up the file. So I can go here, I can open up my example1.css where the conflict is, and I can just pick one or the other section. I can either choose the color to be purple, or I can choose it to be 4FFF56, or I could mix and match. I could change the value completely over here and delete all this other information. So that's one way of resolving a conflict. Another way, so let me say undo, so it goes back to its previous state, close the file. Another way of doing it would be through source tree itself. So source tree under actions will give you options to resolve conflicts. You can say resolve using mine, theirs, and what this means is mine is my changes. So essentially the changes that are on the request 03 change author branch. So if I pick this, it'll say it'll keep these two lines of code, right? If I say theirs, it'll keep these two lines of code, or these 5 lines of code. I can also say launch external merge tool, and instructions on how to install Kdiff 3 have been provided in the setup document. So this is what Kdiff 3 looks like, and it tells us that this line is where the conflict is. So I can either pick, so I can say go to the next conflict. This is where the conflict is, and I can either pick option A, it'll turn the color to green, or I can pick A and B and C, or I can just pick one, either A or B or C. In most cases you would either pick one or the other. A represents the common ancestor of the two branches that you're trying to merge. So that's where this color green option comes from. And to learn more about that, I'll put a link on our Git wiki page so you can get more information on how Git actually goes about resolving and determining merge conflicts, and what a common ancestor is and how that is how it figures that out. But the point I'm trying to make here is that KDEV3 makes it really easy to resolve conflicts. I'm gonna say that no, I want to stick with purple, and that's it. That was the only conflict, so I'm going to save the conflict file and I'm going to quit. And then you will see the exclamation mark disappears. Right, so that means that the conflict was resolved. You see this example1 css.org file. That was a temp file created by the merge process, so we're going to ignore that, and we're going to say we're ready to check in our changes. So again, the commit message is pre-populated with information on this merge, and we don't want to add any more information, so I'm going to say commit. So that is how merge conflicts occur and how you would go about resolving them.